Have you ever stopped to wonder how games make movement and parkour work so seamlessly? While it might feel like you're in total control, stringing together multiple wall runs, or barely making a ledge grab, games do a lot under the hood to make these moves possible and forgiving. I'm going to go into detail on some of these, starting with the wall run. There are three main components to the wall run. First, the player is stuck to the wall using some kind of force. This is to keep the player glued to the wall, emulating the feeling of wall running. It also prevents the player from falling off. To detect the wall, a line trace is shot on both sides of the player. This will give us a vector from the player to the wall. We can use this vector to pull the player towards the wall, giving some wiggle room in case the player is slightly off. Next, the gravity is turned off or way down. While unrealistic, it gives the wall run much more utility and speed. Without this, you would fall down off the wall after just a few steps. This, in addition to tilting the camera or changing the animation, conveys a wall run in-game. Most games also have some sort of limit on wall running. A common way to limit it would be to gradually increase gravity over time and eventually detach the player from the wall. For wall climbing, a line trace is fired pointing forward to detect any blocking walls. The player is then launched upwards and in some instances towards the wall while inappropriate animation is played. For ledge grabbing to work, we need to have some information on what is in front of the player. We do this by shooting another line trace. This one starts slightly in front of and above the player's eyes and shoots straight down the height of the player. The purpose of this line trace is to detect any walkable surfaces in front of the player. Once a valid surface is detected, the player is moved into position and locked into place, initiating the ledge grab. To climb up and over, the player is transported onto the hit location and a climbing animation is played. For a faster mantle, we can use the distance of the trace itself to determine if we can skip the ledge grab entirely. We can auto mantle if the trace distance is greater than the half height of the player. In other words, if the ledge is below the player's waist. Sliding involves boosting the player forward and shrinking their capsule, or playing an animation that gives the same effect. Since we want to launch the character forward while sticking to the ground, we need to get our launch vector by calculating the cross product of the ground normal and our player right vector. This basically gives us the vector that is parallel to the ground. It's useful because it means we can slide down hills without launching off of them. The last step would then be to lower the character's friction with the ground. This results in a pretty smooth slide. If you have any other cool insights or mechanics that you'd like to see me cover, feel free to drop a comment. Anyways, those were just a few tricks used to make parkour work in games. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe to see more like this. Also consider joining the Discord, links below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.